Okay, wait, are we reading off, like, where we're talking about the author?
I guess. What page
Okay.
is it right there?
What? It's 457 to the top of 466. It's not a lot at all. We're just retarded and wanted to play Minecraft instead of doing our work. Okay. The Crucible, drama by Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller was born in New York City in 1915 into an upper-middle-class family. His comfortable early life changed when the Great Depression eroded his family's economic circumstances. Miller was unable to go to college until he earned a tuition money by working in a warehouse. Eventually, he attended a University of Michigan. Miller won several awards for his plays during college and chose to pursue a career in theater. All My Sons and Death of a Salesman, a play that won the Pulitzer Prize in 1949, made Miller a star. Around the same time, hearings were being conducted by Congress to identify suspected communists. Miller was called to testify before the committee about his association with the American Communist Party. Although he admitted to having attended a few meetings years earlier, he refused to name names of other people in the meeting. As a result, he was cited for contempt of Congress. What did I say? Oh, I said invited, huh?
You said... No, you just said people in the meeting.
Oh, whatever, dude. It's the fucking... whatever. As a result, he was cited for contempt of Congress. This conviction was later overturned. The events of this time period inspired him to write The Crucible, set during the Salem, Massachusetts. The Salem, Massachusetts? That's weird wording, but anyways.
Which trials? The Salem, Massachusetts, which trials?
Yeah, I know, but... oh, whatever. The Salem, Massachusetts witch trials of 1692. He wrote the play to warn against mass hysteria and to plead for freedom and tolerance. In general, Miller's writing explores issues relevant to contemporary readers, such as implexities of family relationships, personal responsibility, and morality. No shit, that's a big word. Many consider him to be the 20th century's greatest American playwright. Next page. As you read, I'm gonna try to do a different voice for each character. Do you think I could do it? We're gonna find out, boys.
How about we each choose characters?
We each choose characters, so let's see what characters are gonna be in it. So it looks like it's Tituba, Paris.
Oh, I'm not the dirty nigger.
Abigail, Susanna. Yeah, that's and then Putnam shows up later. Well, okay, I'll be Paris. Abigail. I'll be Paris. No, I'm Paris. Fuck you.
You're Paris and Tituba. And
I'll be Paris, and you're everyone else. So you're Suzanne, Abigail, and Miss Putnam.
I want to be Miss Putnam. You'll be Miss Putnam.
Okay, so I'm Paris, Putnam, and Tatimba.
I don't know who I am, but we'll figure it out.
As you read, note details that explain about how Abigail feels about John Proctor. Write down any questions you generate during reading. Cast of characters in order of appearance: Reverend Samuel Paris, Betty Paris. I'm not gonna read all that.
Act 1.
I was just waiting, like, how long it would take. Okay. Act 1. An overturn.
Oh my god.
A small upper bedroom in the home of Reverend Samuel Paris, Salem, Massachusetts, in the spring of the year 1992.
That's 1692.
Shit! 1692. There was a narrow window left at the left. Through its leaded panes, the morning sunlight streams. A candle still burns near the bed, which is at the right. A chest, a chair, and a small table are other furnishings. At the back, a door opens on a landing of the stairway to the ground floor. The room gives off an air of clean spareness. The roof rafters are exposed, and the wood colors are raw and unmellowed. As the curtain rises, Reverend Paris is discovered kneeling beside his bed, evidently in prayer. His daughter, Betty Paris, aged 10, is lying in the bed, inert. At the time of these events, Paris was in the middle of her 40s. In history, he cut a villainous path, and there is very little good to be said for him. He believed that he was being prosecuted wherever he went, despite his best efforts to win people and God to his side. In meeting, he felt insulted if someone rose to shut the door without first asking his permission. He was a widower. Can you please talk in normal voice? It's for dramatic effect. Okay.
I already have gunshots going off in the background because of my opinions.
What are you playing?
Huh? No, I just have the Call of Duty thing in the background and there's just gunshots going off.
Oh, mine are. I have my TV volume, like, down pretty low. Okay, anywho. Where were we? Oh. He was a widower with no interest in children or talent with them. He regarded them as young adults, and until his strange crisis, he, like the rest of Salem, never conceived that the children were anything but thankful for being permitted to walk straight, eyes slightly lowered, arms at side, and mouths shut until bitted open. Jesus Christ.
His house stood in the town, but we today would hardly call it a village. The meeting house was nearby, and from this point outward, toward the bay or inland, there were a few small-windowed, dark houses snuggling against the raw Massachusetts window. Salem had been established hardly 40 years before. To the European world, the whole province was a barbaric frontier inhabited by a sect of fanatics who nevertheless were shipping out products of slowly increased quantity and value.
Jesus Christ, is Arthur Miller a fucking thesaurus? Jesus. No one can really know what their lives were like. They had no... what? Non-velites? And would not have permitted anyone to read a novel. Oh, novelists. And would have no one...
Where are you?
Underneath the paragraph you just read.
Wait.
No one could really know what their lives were like. They had no novelists and would not have permitted anyone to read a novel if one were handy. Their creed forbade anything resembling a theater or vain enjoyment. They did not celebrate Christmas, and a holiday from work meant only that they must concentrate even more upon prayer. You want to read this next paragraph?
Well, okay, remember that they don't celebrate Christmas because they're probably going to be on the test. Okay, children are adults. They don't skip. They pray and no Christmas.
Yeah, we gotta try to remember as much of this as possible. I hope she gives us a little bit of time to study tomorrow.
We should probably write notes, but I don't have my notes.
Well, we're not allowed to use notes on the test, anyways.
Oh, true. Okay. Which is not to say that nothing broke into this strict and somber way of life. When a new farmhouse was built, friends assembled to raise the roof. And there would be special foods cooked and probably some potent cider passed around. There was a good supply of ne'er-do-wells in Salem who dallied at the shovelboard in the Bridget Bishop's Tavern. Probably, more than the creed, hard work kept the morals of the place from spoiling, for the people were forced to fight the lands like heroes for every grain of corn, and no man had very much time for fooling around.
Are these guys like Amish or something? Vanilla Ice goes Amish?
I think they are, honestly. I think they are, dude. Amish Salem?
That there were some jokers, however, is indicated by the practice of appointing a two-man patrol whose duty was to walk forth in the time of God's worship to take notice of such as either lie about the meeting house, lie about the meeting house, without attending to the word and ordinance, or that lie or lee at home.
I don't know. I think it's Old English lie. I don't know.
I think it's yay. Or that yay at home. Or ye at home.
Ye? I don't know.
Whatever. Here, you know what? Where's fucking Google? Hold on. We're gonna Google this shit before we move anymore.
Dude, this is shovelboard is, but not what lay is.
Yeah, shovelboard is the vocab word, but not lee. Alright. Oh, apparently it's a brand of soap, too. A strongly alkaline solution, especially of potassium. What the fuck?
Just tell him, ask her how to pronounce it.
Translations and more definitions. Oh, Old English. Lather. What the fuck? Are these some gay niggas?
They lather about the meeting house? How do you pronounce it? Is it lay or lee?
L-E-A-G. It's like league. What?
Can you ask her to say it?
It won't. It doesn't have the
voice
thing. Yeah, it doesn't have the thing where I can tap it and it pronounces the word for me.
It's okay. Just say Lee.
I'm gonna go to dictionary.com real quick.
Oh my sweet lord! It's one word.
Oh, found it. Hold on. Why isn't it playing? I clicked the button. Lie. Yeah, it's lie. You're right.
I told you.
Okay. Lie at home or in the fields without giving good account thereof, to take the name of such persons and to present them to the magistrates. What is a magistrate? Straits. Whereby they may be according proceeded against. This predilection for minding other people's business was time honored among the people of Salem, and it undoubtedly created many of the suspicions which were fed the coming madness. It was also, in my opinion, one of the things that John Proctor would rebel against. For the time of the armed camp had almost passed, and since the country was reasonably, although not wholly safe, the old disciplines were beginning to rankle. But in all such matters, the issue was not clear. Cut for danger was still a possibility, and in unity still lay for the best promise of safety. There are some confusing ass words in that one paragraph, and shuffleboard is the word to look up. That's the word they want us to look up. Shuffleboard. Not lie. Not any of these other words. Shuffleboard. What's a predilection? Huh?
The edge of the wilderness was close by. The American continent stretched endlessly west, and it was full of mystery for them. It stood, dark and threatening, over their shoulders night and day. Route of an Indian tribe marauded from time to time, and Reverend Paris had parishioners who had lost relatives to these heathen. I'll read this because we don't know They tell me what Jerusalem is, but not the parochial snobbery of these people was perfectly reasonable. Reasonable for their failure to convert the Indians. probably they also preferred to take land from heathens rather than them to rather
Sorry, hold on. Hold on. I'm looking at something.
by wrong ways and deceitful ideas.
Sorry, I was trying to see what fucking Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry is, because I think it's just Black Flag, just with a gay name.
Oh my god, right.
Okay, anyways. They believed, in short, that they held in their steady hands the candle that would light the world. We have inherited this belief, and it has helped us and hurt us. It has helped and hurt us. It helped them with the discipline it gave them. They were dedicated folk by large, and they had dedicated by and large, and they had to be to survive the life they had chosen to be or been born into in this country. The proof of their beliefs' value to them may be taken from the opposite character of the first Jamestown settlement further south in Virginia. I'll read this long ass one, why not?
I got it.
Alright.
The Englishmen who landed there were motivated mainly by hunt or profit. They had thought to pick off the wealth of the new country and then return rich to England. They were a band of individualists and a much more ingrating.
I don't even know where you're at. Oh, ingratiating? What?
Ingratiating group than the Massachusetts men. I can't say that. I can't say Massachusetts.
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
I want a massive amount of juices.
Massachusetts. I'm just going to write Massachusetts down. The Massachusetts men. But Virginia destroyed them. Massachusetts tried to kill off the Persians. The Persians! Okay, back on track. Massachusetts tried to kill off the Puritans, but they combined.
Where are we?
They set up a communal society, which in the beginning was little more than an armed camp with an autocratic and very devoted leadership. It was, however, the autocracy by consent, for they were united from top to bottom by a commonly held ideology whose
Perpetuan
justification for all their sufferings. So their self-denial, their purposefulness, their suspicion of all vain pursuits, their hard-handed justice were altogether perfect instruments for the conquest of this space so antagonist to man.
But the people of Salem in 1692 were not quite the dedicated folk that arrived on the Mayflower. A vast differentiation had taken place, and their own time a revolution had unseated the royal government and substituted a junta Okay, so hold on. Power is a definition word, but not junta. Oh, yeah, it is a junta.
A junta.
A junta is a Spanish term meaning a small elite ruling council. Oh, okay. Moment in power. The times to their eyes must have been out of joint. Snoop Dogg plays it 24/7, 420 lit.
Stop. Read.
And to the common folk must have seemed as insoluble and complicated as do ours today. It is not hard to see how easily many could have been led to believe that the time of confusion had been brought upon them by deep and darkling forces. No hint of such speculation appeared on the court record, but social disorder. Oh shit! I mean, I'm right though. It is record. I just.
Not permit, is it? On the court record.
The court record.
The court record. Bro.
Hold on, my controller's about to die. I gotta plug it in.
Oh, we're not playing PlayStation. We're reading a book.
I know, but I didn't put it on the charger, and I thought I did. Okay, anyways, but social disorder in many age breeds such mystical suspicions, and when, as in Salem wonders, are brought forth from below, and social surface is too much to expect people to hold back very long from lying on the victims of those whose with all the force of their frustrations.
The Salem tragedy, which is about to begin in these pages, developed from a paradox. It is a paradox in whose grip we still live, and there's no prospect yet that we will discover its resolution. Simply, it was this. For good purposes, even high purposes, the people of Salem developed a theocracy, to a combine of state and religious power whose function was to keep the community together.
It's theocracy! It's theocracy, not theocracy.
I'm sorry, I kind of pronounced it.
It's okay, I put court record instead of court rec.
Okay.
I tried to sound fancy.
The whole rhythm and rhyme. And to prevent any kind of disunity that might open it to destruction by material or ideological enemies, it was forged for a necessary purpose and accomplished that purpose. But all organization is and must be grounded on the idea of exclusion and prohibition, just as two objects cannot occupy the same space. Evidently, the time came in New England, I almost said New York, when the repressions of order were heavier than seemed warranted by the dangers against which the order was organized. The witch hunt was a perverse manifestation of a panic which set in among all classes when the balance began to turn toward greater individual freedom. Read! Don't make fun of me.
The King of New York. Fuck the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm gonna be the King of New York.
What? I almost said New York as I said. Evidently the time came in New York, or New England, almost in New York.
The gun game? Call of Duty? Black Ops 1? Hello?
Oh
Black
my
Ops
god,
2?
you're retarded.
Okay. When one rises above the individual villainy displayed, one can only pity them, just as we shall be pitied someday. It is still impossible for man to organize his social life without repressions. That's not reparations.
Repressions.
And the balance has yet to be struck between order and freedom. The witch hunt was not, however, a mere repression. repression. Oh, it's repression. We're both retarded. It was also, and as importantly, a long overdue opportunity for everyone so inclined to express publicly his guilt and sins. Under the covers of accusations against the victims, it suddenly became possible and patriotic and holy for a man to say that Martha Corey had come into his bedroom at night, and that while his wife was sleeping at his side, Martha laid herself down on his chest and nearly suffocated him. Of course, it was her spirit only, but his satisfaction.
Satisfaction, what?
I was just about to say, I feel like I really mispronounced that. Satisfaction at confessing himself was no lighter than if it had been Martha herself. One could not ordinarily speak such things in public.
Long-held hatreds of neighbors could now be openly expressed, and vengeance taken.
Yeah, it's vengeance.
And vengeance taken, despite the Bible's charitable injunctions. Land lust, which had been expressed before by constant bickering over boundaries and deeds, could now be elevated to an arena of morality. One could cry witch against one's neighbor and feel perfectly justified in the bargain. In the bargain.
Bargain.
The bargain. It's such a...
The bargain. You made it sound like so like badass. In the bargain.
Old scores could be settled on a plane. What? A heavenly between Lucifer and the Lord. I was like, on a plane? They had planes back then?
Snakes on the plane.
Suspicions on the envy of the miserable toward the happy could and it did burst out in the general reverie.
Finally, we get to read the actual fucking book and not this history crap. Alright. Reverend Paris.
Now, can I hear his words? The sense of confusion hangs about him. He mumbles and sings and weeps and prays and weeps, and the daughter goes master in the bed. Door opens, the Negro slave enters to Tuba, Paris.
No, get out.
Barbados.
Get out.
Basically, Paris is mad and sad about something.
That's what he said. Get out. You have books in your room.
Quiet.
Get out!
Oh my God! Kick the dog.
Oh, hold on. I'll be right back.
My nipples.
It's dog. It doesn't close my door. Okay, I'm back. Where's my book?
Okay, basically Paris was sad about something, and then the Negro slave comes in.
Okay, so I'm the slave?
Yeah, you're the Negro slave.
My Betty be hearty soon.
She's a woman, by the way.
Oh. My Betty be hearty soon. Out of here. My Betty not gonna die! Oh shit. Out of my sight. Out of my... oh my God. God help me. Betty child, dear child. When you wake, will you open up your eyes? Betty, little one. It's your turn.
Sorry, I'm trying to open the Pop-Tart.
Did you already eat a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, I mean, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm fat. I hear you.
Go.
What?
Go! We're at line 40, Abigail.
Oh shit, you read all that?
Yes.
Oh. Uncle! Susanna, Walcott's here from the Dr. Griggs.
Wait, are we reading the stage directions though?
No, I just whisper it.
So, son of a bitch! I just shut my book by accident. Okay, wait, I'm here. Shut up. Oh wait, hold on, wrong page. Okay, there we go. Oh, let her come. That's what she said.
Come in, Susanna. Walcott, a little younger than Abigail. Oh, wait, that's him.
What does the doctor say, child?
He bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his book.
Then you must search on.
Aye, sir.
She's a fucking pirate. She's like 9. Aye, sir. I have been searching his books since he left you, sir. But he bid me to tell ye that you might... Oh, sorry, yeah, that's right. It's your turn. Sorry. My bad. Reread it. Pretend that didn't happen.
Aye, sir. He have been searching his books since he left you, sir. But he bid me tell you that you might look on the natural things for the cause of it.
No, there will be no unnatural causes here. Tell him that I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes here. There will be none.
Aye, sir. He bid me tell you.
This chick's supposed to be like 9. She's fucking Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean. Aye, sir. And should I take Mr. Hale to Davy Jones's locker?
Okay. Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
It's your turn.
Oh, shit. Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about, I think, you'd best go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with this people, sir. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathens in the forest? I ought to beat you. That's not actually part of the book, but it should have been.
Uncle, we did that. Let you tell them. I confessed it. And I'll be with it if I must be. But they're speaking of witchcraft. That he's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in that forest?
We did dance, Uncle. And when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened. And then she fainted. And there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would have never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look, you child. Your punishment will come in its time. But if you traffic it in with spirits in the forest, I must know of it now, for surely my enemy will, and they will ruin me with it.
But you never conjured spirits?
Then why she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Let me know what you done there, Abigail. Do you understand that I have many enemies?
I have heard of it, Uncle.
There is a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Pulpit? No, it's
pulpit. Yeah, it's pulpit.
Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption in my own household is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice, abominations are done in the forest.
It was sport, Uncle.
You call this sport? Abigail, if you know something that may help the doctor, for God's sake, tell it to me. I saw Tituba waving her arms over the fire when I came on you. Whoa. That escalated fucking quickly. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
She always sings in her Barbados song.
Barbados?
Barbados songs. And we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying on that grass.
A dress?
A dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the tree.
No! One was naked! You mistake yourself, Uncle!
I saw it. Now tell me the true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of the truth upon you, for now my ministry is at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abominations you have done, give me all of it now, for I dare not be taken aware when I go before them down there.
There's nothing more, I swear, Uncle.
Abigail, I have fought here 3 long years to bend this stiff-necked people to me, and now, just now, when some good respect is risen for me in my parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in this town is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I am sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other cause than you have told me for your being discharged from Goody Proctor's service? I have heard it said, and I tell you that as I heard it, that she comes so rarely to the church this year, for she will not sit so close to something soiled. What signified that remark?
She keeps me, Uncle. She must, for I would not be her slave. It's a bitter woman, a lying, cold, sniveling.
Sniveling.
Pretend
to cough.
And I will not work for such a woman.
She may be, and yet it has troubled me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all this time no other family has ever called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send the Barbados for
Barbados?
Barbados. I want to call it Barbados for some reason. Send to Barbados for that. I will not black my face for any of them. Do you acknowledge my dead, Uncle?
No.
My name is good in the village. I will not have it said my name is Sir. Goody Proctor is a gossiping liar.
Enter Miss Ann Putnam. She is the twisted soul of 45 and death-ridden woman haunted by dreams.
No, I cannot have anyone. Why, Goody Putnam, come in. Hold on. I will, Mom.
Okay, continue, Casey.
Oh wait, shit, I'm Putnam, huh?
What, do you want me to be Putnam? You should be Parish right now? Just because it goes
yeah,
back to
because
full
because once we read the second paragraph on the next page, we're done. So you just be Putnam, I'll be Paris. Why, Goody Putnam, come in.
How high did you fly? How high?
What? You read the wrong line.
Oh shit, where are you at?
It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
You're reading Miss Putnam. Am I Parish or you Miss Putnam? What's that?
I'm Paris. You're Putnam.
You just read Miss Putnam.
Because I was telling you where we were.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want me to read it? It's a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam. It is.
How high does she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Why, it's sure she did. Miss Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn. And come down like a bird, he says.
Now look, you Goody Putnam. She never... Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam. So wait. Putnam is the dude? Putnam's the dude and Ms. Putnam.
I'll do Putnam and Miss Putnam.
Okay.
It is a province. The thing is out now. It is a providence.
What's out, sir? What?
Why, her eyes is closed. Look, you Anne. Why? That's strange. Ours is open.
Your Ruth is sick.
I do not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know? It's death driven into him, fought and hooved.
Oh, pray not. Why, how does Ruth ail?
She ails as she must. She never walked. Wait, this morning. But her eyes open as she walks. And hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely. They say you sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly?
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts, and I...
He is indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
Now, Goody Anne, they only thought that we're a witch, and I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft? Now look, you Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I pray you, leap not to witchcraft. I know that you, least of all, Thomas, would ever wish so disastrous, to charge laid upon me.
Disastrous.
What? Oh, disastrous, a charge laid upon me. We cannot leap to witchcraft. They will hound me out of Salem for such corruption in my house. A word about Thomas Putnam. He was a man with many grievances. At least one of them appears justified. Sometime before his wife's brother-in-law, James Bailey, had been turned down as minister of Salem. Bailey had all the qualifications and 2/3 vote into the bargain, but a faction... That's what I said. But a faction stopped his acceptance for reasons that are not clear.
Bargain. Thomas Putnam was the eldest son of the richest man in the village. He had fought the Indians in Magaraset and was deeply interested in parish affairs. He undoubtedly felt it poor payment that the village should so blatantly disregard his candidate for one of his more important offices, especially since he regarded himself as the intellectual superior of most of the people around him.
His vindicative nature was demonstrated long before the witchcraft began. Another former Salem minister, George Burroughs, had to borrow money to pay for his wife's funeral, and since the parish was remiss in his slavery, he was soon bankrupt. Thomas and his brother John had Burroughs jailed for debt the man did not owe. The incident is important only in that Burroughs succeeded in becoming minister, where Bailey, Thomas Putnam's brother-in-law, had rejected. The motive of restament is clear here. Thomas Putnam felt that his own name and the honor of his family had been smirched by the village, and he meant to right matters however he could.
Another reason to believe him, a deeply embittered man, was his attempt to break his father's will, which left a 60-letter word,
Not so stepbrother.
disproportionate amount to a stepbrother. As with every other public cause in which he tried to force his way, he failed in this. So it is not surprising to find that so many accusations against people are in the handwriting of Thomas Putnam, or that his name is so often found as a witness corroborating the supernatural testimony.
Collaborating.
Or that it's corroborating, actually.
Collaborating, actually.
Corroborating.
It's collaborating time.
Or that his daughter led to the crying out at the most opportune junctions of the trial, especially when, but we'll speak of that when we come to it. At the moment.
No, wait. Kason, we're done. Kason, we're done. Kason, we're done. Don't read anymore. You're spoiling it. Don't read anymore. Alright, so to recap, what did we read?
I don't fucking know.
It looks like the Putnams are trying to make Paris look like his daughter's into witchcraft. Abigail won't tell Paris what's happening. Tatumba is, being shady as all hell.
So apparently Abigail
Suzanne is to like not tell people about any witchcraft, and Paris is upset and everything.
Dude, we're acing this test.
What?
We're acing it.
Yeah, dude, we're acing it. And that was fucking loud. That's the end of Book Club episode 1. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the broadcasting. Oh, cool. I put the wrong title on it. That's fucking cool.